You're crazy until you're successful. Then you're a genius.
Delusional.
Complete delusion. You gotta believe the delusion. Because it's only delusional until it works. So is it really delusional?
Delusional quality that all successful people have to have. You have to believe that something different than what has happened for the last 50 million years of history. You have to believe that something different can happen.
Delusion. What if I told you the key to your success might just take a little bit of delusion? Delusion often has negative connotations associated with it, but let's look into what does delusion mean. Delusion is often associated with making bad decisions or being out of touch with reality or having misguided beliefs. What if I told you it's actually delusion that you are missing? What if I told you that it's delusion that is separating the dreamers from the doers? There's already a lot that you have to deal with if you're trying to pursue something. If you're trying to pursue your business goals, if you're trying to pursue that e-commerce business you started. But what if this supposed weakness is actually a strength? That's what I will be diving into in today's video for you. Now, you may be somebody starting your business, starting an e-commerce business. Maybe you're making hats, maybe you're making clothes, maybe you feel overwhelmed, maybe you feel out of place, maybe you feel a lot of imposter syndrome kicking in. Or maybe you're this guy in your 30s trying to kickstart a YouTube channel. So yes, I am an aspiring YouTuber and I'm finally deciding to follow my dreams and passions, and for that I may be a little bit delusional, but hey, I would love it if you could help me achieve what I want to achieve by letting me know if you like this video, drop a like, if you did want to share, if you did want to subscribe, do all of this lovely stuff. It would do more for me than you'd ever know. Now back to the video. But yeah, I too am delusional for doing this. Now, delusion is often seen as a sign of irrationality, but when we look at a lot of the most successful people in this world and who have ever lived, and I'm talking like your greats, like your Michael Jordans, like your Muhammad Ali's, and some of the what we call the technology leaders, such as your Elon Musk's and Mark Zuckerberg's. I'm not a huge fan of them, but I'd imagine they had some sort of delusion to achieve what they did achieve, because to make it to that sort of level, there's no kind of set pathway is there for you, you know, to make something new and to create things within culture and to have people follow you and to really be the one that creates it and sets the examples and to be the first to walk in them shoes and to do what you have done. That person either a little bit crazy or a little bit delusional, or there might just be a bit of everything.
NGQ. Doing what I do.
Yes, you might have heard the term already, fake it till you make it. Now, I often associate fake it till you make it as, you know, if you're in the corporate world, you're having to fake your relationships with your manager and your peers, etc., to try and make it into advanced positions. That's one way of faking it till you make it. But this right here, this is the fake it until you make it that you should be implementing into your real life. Here I'm going to play a clip that I was listening to on Stephen Bartlett's podcast, Diary of the CEO. This is when he did a interview with Busta Rhymes. Here's what he had to say.
What kind of human beings do they need to be? Character traits.
All right, this is what it needs to be. You have to have, and I don't like this word, but I'm going to say it because it's true. You have to be a little maniacal with the shit. Maniac, right? That word isn't good in a lot of situations, but when you're pursuing your destiny, when you identify with your destiny, you have to be selfish, you have to be maniacal, you have to be uncompromising. It's an unwavering faith. Like, it don't matter how fucked up that shit might look. It don't matter how much it feel like it ain't gonna work.
Delusional.
Complete delusion. You gotta believe the delusion. Because it's only delusional until it works. A motherfucker only gonna call it delusion until it don't work for nobody else to see, but for the whole world to see. And then once the world see it, there's nothing delusional about it. Now your delusion becomes, oh, he was a fucking genius. We didn't see it when he saw it. We didn't understand it when he did. We thought this motherfucker was crazy.
Let's look at our recent example here of Mr. Ryan Garcia, incredible boxer with absolutely fast hands. Now, the reason why I have included Ryan Garcia is not only because he's trending at the moment because of his recent win over Devin Haney. Now, of course, he's an elite pro, but everyone thought that Devin Haney was just that few levels above, and he managed to convince. He was saying all the things during the press conference that he's going to beat him, he's going to annihilate him, he's going to go out drinking and chilling, and he's still going to beat him. All this time, the whole world, including myself, was thinking, Devin Haney's going to beat him. But no, Ryan Garcia went out there against all odds and defeated him. I don't bet at all, but I believe the betting companies made a massive losses on that day because they had Devin Haney as a massive favourite to win. Now, this could fall into a few things: manifestation, confidence. It could be a number of these things that it could be linking into what Ryan Garcia was doing. However, one thing that can't go missed is delusion. Absolutely need a certain level of delusion, because if it's not happened and the whole world doesn't believe it and parts of yourself might not believe it, you have to speak it, you have to think it, you have to envision it into existence. That's what he's done. That's what he did here. Delusion. There's too many words out there. There's negative associations, but delusion shouldn't be one of them. Delusion is something that is required if you do wish to succeed. Another boxing example as well is Muhammad Ali, the greatest boxer of all time. Everybody loves him now, everyone knows he's the greatest, etc, etc. However, at the time, I wasn't alive, but if you watch the documentaries, at the time, he was 32 years old. He spent 4 years out of boxing because he didn't enter the Vietnam War and they took his license from him. So he was out of the ring for 4 years and he had to fight a much younger boxer, a bigger boxer, and one of the biggest punchers in boxing history in George Foreman, against all odds. Against all odds. Now, he was a great fighter, but nobody had him winning. Absolutely nobody had him winning. But he managed to convince himself, and he shocked the world, didn't he? He shocked the world. Out of all the sporting examples I can think of, that's probably the one that sticks out to me the most. But was he delusional? Of course he was delusional. Should you be delusional if you want to achieve your goals? You absolutely should. How do successful people implement delusion, and how should you implement your delusion? Well, it starts with a strong vision and a firm belief in yourself. You should trust your instincts and you should be willing to take risks even when others doubt them. And if somebody is criticizing you, you should use it as motivation. You should use it as a push. Delusion isn't about ignoring reality. It's about shaping your own reality through passion and perseverance. It drives successful people to aim higher, to dream bigger, and to achieve the extraordinary. So the next time somebody calls you delusional, you should take this as a compliment. It might just be the push that you need to drive you on, to make you go even further. And if anyone does think you're delusional, don't ever think that's a bad thing. Embrace your vision, even if it seems impossible, because every great achievement starts with a belief that defies logic. But here is the burning question. How are you going to harness your delusional side to achieve your burning desires? I'll hope to catch you in the next one.
Fatality.